Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is The Press, a morning program coming to you from KAFTAN Television, Abuja. A Press is a program where we have an in-depth analysis of the national dailies alongside the daily forecasts. And then we equally bring in as our guests who have a comprehensive analysis of the major newspapers. And today's guests, we have a very special guest here, a public affairs analysis in person of Comrade Duke Alamboye. He is the national president, Nigeria Youth Organization. Comrade, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
We thank God.
You
Thank you for having me.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's quickly go to what we are going to discuss today. And mind you, our viewers out there, at a point we will display phone number on our screen where you can call and make your own contributions towards the development of our country. So, Comrade Duke, we all know right now there is this October 1st protest looming all over the country, and this is going to be the second protest the Tinubu administration is going to experience within a short space of 2 months. What's your take on that?
Well, it tells on the awareness of the Nigerian people in terms of good governance. It tells on the hardship on the Nigerian people at a time. It tells on how responsive the people are to receiving the content of good governance. It tells us how governments should have or should relate with its citizens in terms of security, in terms of providing necessities for its people. So the protest tagged good governance is coming at a time Nigerians are continuously losing hope and confidence in the present-day government. We can also understand that perhaps the issues at hand are not the immediate making of the present government. They are carryovers of negligence and bad governance in time past, or let me say since the inception of democracy. So that's an accumulative of bad activities of government on the economy and the people of Nigeria. So the protests that we are seeing within this short period of time, within the span of this government, is a reaction to the yearnings of the Nigerian people. So to me, it's something government at all stratas, not only federal government, the local government, the state governments, and the national government or federal government should begin to sincerely, in-depthly, with their agencies, their ministries, begin to calculate and see how we can bring out Nigerians from these manners. You can see that it has passed the time people began to say it's politically motivated, but it is not the time to say all of that. The time is solutions, providing solutions to this problem. However, I am one person that do not believe in getting things done through violence or through strong confrontations. Yes, it's worth it. We have to acknowledge that there is real hardship, economic hardship hitting our nation.
Exactly.
But I still believe that the best way to get out of this is not to still heat up the economy or heat up the system. We are not too strong enough as a country to use this tool of protest to correcting issues. So I don't subscribe to protest, particularly fiscal protests that will go on the streets to letting governments know that we are not happy with their policies and the way they are handling the nation. I think dialogue, more dialogues, more media presence, whether be it social media, be it the main print medias, be the the television stations, lots of engagement with these principal officers and stakeholders in the sector will give us the desired goal. So when we embark on protest, we all see how it ends. Either we are beginning to come to say that it has been hijacked by hoodlums, or we are beginning to come and say that government had sponsored a pro-government protest. Okay. But you don't also expect that government will sit down and allow the nation to be bewildered because we are having hardship. So I think this is why I feel that this protest is necessary. This call for good governance is necessary. But the way to go about it, protest is not the best tool to use at the time.
Okay, talking about the protest, you know, we all know that I think the first phase of this protest on bad governance came at, I think that was 1st of August, yes. Between 1st and 7th of August. Yeah. And will you say anything was achieved? There was any remarkable achievement, considering the fact that a lot of Nigerians lost their lives in the process? Was there anything achieved through that protest then, that 1 week protest? Coming up for another protest, does it really make a difference? So
these are the issues. Thank you very much for that question. This is our agitation. We just had a protest within 10 days, 1st of August to I think 10th of August when it expired, and we know what happened. It was not recommendable. It was not. It didn't worth it. We saw protesters began to even get more frustrated in even advocating for good governance. So this is what we are saying. When you want to do something and you're not also approaching like a child, like I used to give this analogy, like a child that wants to get something from the dad. However, what he wants to get is a necessity. Let me use, for instance, education, school fees. And every morning, school had resumed. You have been driven away from school and you come home. The best way to getting it is also by sitting down your dad, telling the importance why your school fees should be paid. Most times you are also putting up activities, domestic activities that triggers his interest to go extra mile to paying your school fees. So it's not the amount of time you make trouble at home, the amount of time you break that is window screen, the amount of time you bully at home. That will even more deteriorate even his concentration. Sometimes he may not even have the resources. Sometimes he may have it, but plowing it into other ventures. So these are the calculations we must bring on board. As Nigerian youth, we don't want to be perceived again as people that will be used at all times to say what to confront government and or do all these kind of vices that we're expressing lightly. So you can see that the August protest, some part of the country, the eastern region, completely didn't participate. So many youth bodies that are affiliated to carrying the responsibility of youth activity in this country also disassociated themselves because there was a call for us to dialogue. And in that dialogue, I remember the National Assembly called us for a dialogue. The police, the IG also called us for a dialogue. And some state government also engaged their youths for a dialogue. So I think following up the process, the recommendations that we gave to government and making sure that it is being propelled, they can be split into stages. What could be done at the immediate term, what could be done at the mid-term, and what could be done at the long term. So this, if we combine these things together, we'll meaningfully achieve this. I know that the concern here is from August to September. This is September, 1 month. What had been done? Of course, good governance do not also come as easy as what you think. It's not what I call it. What this common language is. It's not as easy as we think that within 30 days we would have had pronouncement. It is not a military government, so there will be deliberate actions to certain this thing. However, again, I want to observe that there has been neglect on those demands. Okay. There has been neglect. We've not seen tangible. We've not seen tangible reactions from government, except that the president, in few days through his spokesman, had come to say that He wants to rejig his cabinet. So rejigging his cabinet is one of the ways of checkmating activities. The government is so docile. I also know from my interaction with the ministers of youth that a lot is being done or is about to be done by the federal government to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerian youth. But the question is, where is the awareness? No minister is coming out to talk. No minister is addressing issues, fundamental issues of his ministry. All the ministers had left the job in the hands of the president. So
sorry to cut you in, because let's take it bit by bit.
Yes.
You following your analogy where you said where you have to follow your father instead of going, you know.
Yes.
Don't you think Nigerians have been patient enough? Because considering the fact that democracy came back to Nigeria 25 years ago. And then as a Nigerian, we all know that the impact, the dividends of democracy is not really felt by Nigerians. Would you say Nigerians are not patient enough? Because at 25, our democracy between 1999 till today is I think like 25 years.
Correct.
We all know that a child of 25 years in a sense society is already a graduate, probably working and married. And here we are for 25 years, we have nothing really tangible to show for our democracy for the past 25 years. Would you now say Nigerians are not patient enough?
Nigerians are very patient. And when you also say Nigerians, don't forget it includes the people that are governing us.
Yeah.
The problem we have is policies, people-oriented and people-driven policies that will stop these excesses and bad governance process we are having in our country. Let me take you, for instance, issue of corruption. Do you know till today, we don't have a tangible policy that addresses corruption? So politicians still go there and do whatever they want to do. And at the end of the day, join the ruling party, and that is all.
Don't you think it's deliberate?
Do you also know that we do not have a tangible economic policies? A government that comes in and say, with timeline, in this social time, I will do social thing, in social time, so that the people can hold them accountable for it. We hear all of these things during campaign, and then when they get to power, we don't even know the direction they are going. So is there something that Nigerians are not told? Who needs to talk to Nigerians? Where are the ministers of information? Where is the national orientation agencies that will tell Nigerians the truth? Let me tell you something. Nigerians are not bothered about whether there's sufficiency for the economy to drive. Nigerians are bothered about the information. Daddy, I need my school fees. The ability for daddy to come out to say, look, Junior, this is why your school fees have not been paid. As you can see, A, B, C, D is not necessitating me.
I'm not just saying it's being genuine
about it. So this is where the problem is. Anytime people say they want to protest, people say they want to go into strike, must government even wait?
That's a question.
To that moment. Why are they not telling us what is happening in our nation? Of course, the presidency is just one arm of government.
Yeah.
And if there is a load that is too heavy for the presidency to carry, Nigerians, I'm sure, with their level of patience, are also willing to take that route. To say, okay, government have come out to say the truth, and like you rightly said, genuinely, they've said this. And from all indication and indices and data presented to us, it is true. The country is not buoyant enough to push the economy to our whims and caprices, what we desire. So therefore, it's time to join hands and build the nation. Not when people sit down and they see figures flying around, they see excessiveness flying around, they see government spending much money doing frivolous things.
Because
this is the level of agitation Nigerians are having. Not as though people hate the president or people do not like the president and his team. The problem is knowing what exactly is happening, because the economy is no diving while politicians are getting richer day by day, and this is not good for the country.
Because I was about saying that, because how can you come out to tell Nigerians be patient, and maybe coming out to, it's difficult for the politicians, our leaders, to actually come out to address Nigerians to, like, we are having probably financial difficulties.
Why should it be difficult?
You know what I'm saying? It's difficult because if we have, as Nigerians, from all quarters, we have seen, like you said, frivolous spendings, unnecessary expenditure, and what's an average politician earns monthly. You can see the excesses. So I think this is what is making them to what is giving them where they lack that boldness to come out and tell Nigerians.
No, it then
this
means,
is it.
It then means there's a little there's incapacitation. A responsive government should be able to advertise their successes and deficiencies. If you have a personal company and the company is not doing well, what do? You call for stakeholders meeting, trustees meeting, management meeting. Those meetings give you the atmosphere to express present and genuine state of the company. True or false?
True.
It is that meeting that will restore the company back to its feet, knowing its issues. So if we begin to run Nigeria as a free-for-all nation, we will keep on getting issues like this.
I was about to, we've missed this call. Okay, so it's just a minute less. We've missed the call again.
So it's a big issue that we must learn how to come out from.
Sorry, let me pick this call. Oh, I've missed the call again. So continue, please.
So we are talking about a decay. You're talking about, unfortunately, for the President Tinubu, unfortunately for him, I feel that, in my opinion, he made a very hard rock.
Yeah. And
cracking that rock to succeed, to get to where success is what he is pursuing. In as much as he's pursuing that, Nigerians are counting 25 years backward.
Yeah.
Nigerians are not counting from where he's starting. Nigerians want to see progression, anyhow little that progression is. And people are in different quarters.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Poch. I'm calling from Kebbi State.
Okay, Ibrahim, how are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. Remember, you have just few seconds to make your contribution, so go ahead.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to, welcome your guest who has been analyzing greatly, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase the level of his knowledge.
Amen.
I want to quickly comment on the issue of 1st October, because we know that we have been, giving the mandate to rule or govern the country ourselves. So the question is that those past leaders that were privileged to, hand over power from the foreigners. So what exactly do they, have been handed over to? Is it to maltreat people or to bring development as the past leaders did, like Tafa Balewa and Abakar Saddauna Sokoto and rest of them? Because we did not understand where we are going. If really we have an independent, it should have shown now by development of the country and also tackling some challenges that has been deeply eating the hearts of Nigerians. So, because if you keep asking questions, you will wonder, why are we even celebrating our independence? Are we independent at all? If we are independent, why are we not acting like one? So we shouldn't be using more power on maltreating people rather than bringing developmental structure in the country. So these questions need to be answered, but I'm appealing to leaders that they should checkmate their activities so that next year we will celebrate our independence with joy.
Okay,
with
thank
happiness.
you. Let's speak. I have a call. Another. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
This is engineer. How you are calling from Ogun State?
Okay, you remember you have very few seconds to make your contributions, and you know our topic of discussion today is on October 1st, the looming protests across the nation.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I want to appreciate the TV stations, KAFTANTV. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, our guest today, what I would say that the country we find ourselves, I can tell you, dialogue of the thing is not going to work. Sincerely, these people are they are deaf. They are not listening to the masses. Sincerely, the only protest that really shake this country is the NSAS protest. Now you can see we saw the aftermath of the protest that they have to scrap this part of the thing. So the last protest, I did not see any results. It's just a waste of time. Sincerely, this headback government protest. But I can tell you, everywhere in the world they protest. I think this our leader, that is the language they understand. You see, this dialogue of the thing, when they call for dialogue, they still present DSS, they present security that you that even come for the dialogue, then you don't have the mind to say what is in your mind. So I think they understand this protest. You are giving the example of a father not giving the son of school fees or so. When the son knew that the father have the money, these people are saying there's no money in the economy, and what they are doing is not showing that there's no money in the economy. They are buying cars for senators. They are paying senators. So when the son knew that the father has this money, so the son will protest. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Comrade Duke, from you listen to our last caller. You know, he is of the opinion that dialogue has never been a successful tool in agitation in Nigeria. So what's your take on that?
Dialogue has been successful. The issue is whether dialogue or protest. The problem is not the process. The problem is the responsiveness. What did the protest heal?
Exactly.
People will also ask, what did the protest heal? The protest even rather destroyed the nation because of hijack and because of people that some people don't even know the content of the protest. So hoodlums see protests as a time to fight their opponents. Market women see protests at a time to go out for their opponents. Political parties see protests as a time to go against the oppositions. Youths that do not concern, that does not know the content of the protest, use that period to do whatever they like. So this is the essence. But if you are doing a dialogue, dialogue is targeted. Nobody can come into a dialogue room, nobody can come to a dialogue venue and do otherwise. Like the last caller cited, one problem with dialogue is who is coming to listen.
Yeah.
It's also an issue that we must address. When we call governance, the dialogues we had, the two dialogues we had in August, I was also disappointed. When we went to the National Assembly as youth leaders, over 500 youth leaders in the country attended with our money. We didn't get any money from them, not even the way of transport, which I also admit, so that it did not look like we are sponsored.
Yeah.
But do you know that after the presentations of various stakeholders, ministers, and what have you, they all left without getting response from us, seemingly making that gathering look like they called us to tell us government achievement. We don't need it.
Exactly.
The people that need this information are out there on the streets.
Because Nigerians are not feeling it.
We are only leaders. We thought that we came to hear from them and also express our grievances. So if you go back to some videos, you see me, I stood up and opposed that intentions. Immediately after our presentation, they went on a short break. Only assembly members that came back. Only House of Representative members that came back. The House of the Speaker, the Deputy Speakers, and his complete team that came back. What ordinarily would they do? The ministers that are executors of government intentions, the ministers that should finish the paper's job to practical ventures that will stimulate the economy, lied to us. They said all form of lies in that gathering and left, never accommodated any question. We are showing questions to the House of Rep members. What necessarily would they say? The policies are there. The executioners are the people not doing the job. That is why I'm so much in consonance with the fact that the president not only rejigging, to remove even those. In fact, what are we doing with 84 ministries?
Exactly.
What are we doing with 84 ministries? At a time that we need even money to stimulate the economy. If they were all working, that would have been a different thing. Blue economy, this, that. So many ministries that we don't, some of Tinubu's ministers, we don't even know them. I just knew the Minister of Information recently. Minister of Labours, they are our constituency, so we know them. And good 18, they are youthful, so we are boxing with them. They are part of our communicate. They understand what we want. They know what we are doing. So it's so unbearable. You can point just 2 to 3 ministers that are functioning. The FCT minister, Minister of Interior, and just that is it. So every bulk of the issues Nigerians are presenting is waged on the head of, they said, on easy lies the head that bears the crown.
The crown.
So it is appropriate, not only the ministers, the president should also look at. In fact, fortunately and also somehow unfortunately, the president is even the Minister of Petroleum.
He is.
The root cause of all of these is the irregularities in the petroleum industry. Why? Why can't the president have his team critically analyze the deficiencies in NNPC? Until that is deliberately done, we will not go anywhere. Transportation is a stimulant. And this is where the issue is coming.
Let me take this call, please. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Oyo State.
Okay, please kindly be brief.
First of all, I first greet my father that I was talking. The God Almighty will bless me and progress me.
Amen.
So I wanted to talk about this issue that we're dragging. This Nigeria, I don't know our happiness for this country. What is our happiness for the October 1 that we wanted to celebrate? So
we are talking about protests.
Protest.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Why?
October.
Why?
You know the protest is supposed to commence tomorrow.
Protest why there was no why there was no protest for all this what is happened? Look at the fuel, costing of the fuel and the cost of life, all this food stuff and everything. So what is why government are doing this to all these are politicians? The money that they are spending roughly is too much. Now they are not even look at about the future of the youth that is coming. So Nigeria is we are not what is our happiness. Nigeria is not progress. We don't even look at the country. We don't even look at the other countries. The way they are doing their own. So Nigeria is not progress. What is our happiness for all this? Why there is no protest? So the protest must be done. If not, all this thing is too much. It's too much. So people are suffering. Things are cost. Things are too expensive. So we are begging our government to find solution to all this.
Okay, thank you. Let's go on to another caller.
Okay, thank you.
We've missed that caller.
Please help me end the call.
We've missed that caller. So, Comrade Duke, as it stands, or what is the way forward? Because we have very limited time left. The way forward, because it's as if, like you said, government. Let me take this last call, and this is going to be the last call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Mazi Okora from Comrade, local government.
Okay, good morning.
One of the that interests me is the issue of the River State affair and the speech or the messages sent by our clergymen or the 774 local government in Nigeria. Now, if you look at the summary of the whole thing, what Reverend Father Camp said this morning at Siwa, Port Harcourt, during his morning mass, he said Nigeria should start not any ideology that is not of God is not obtainable in any part of the world. And if you look at the speech made by the Nathan, he said that peace is the only thing we need in this world. That if we miss peace, there is no way any development, economically, social, political, will move, etc. And it's true. If you boil down everything, we are talking about the past 4 years of independence. And the governors are talking, and you see, that is why today, people in South and Southeast, especially Eastern Nigeria, we are not practicing the politics. If you look at the North, call it the whole North, the way they do their own politics is different from what we see in the Eastern Nigeria or Eastern side of Nigeria. So that is why I just that anything goes for that reason, we have to be very, very careful. If you don't, you are not there. Even the go for that reason. Why not? Look at the Ekaette. The Ekaette has spent 100 years. Just what that was last.
Okay, thank you for your contribution. We have limited time.
Good morning,
Bye bye. So, Comrade Duke, you've heard from our callers. Like it's you did mention of dialogue. So, as it is, what's your advice? What's the way forward? Your take, the way forward regarding this looming protest on October 1st.
There shouldn't be any protest October 1st. Let's keep calling. I'm in the studio. Tomorrow I'll still be in the studio. Let us rather use that strength to engage the media and push our strength. We are sending bad signals to the international nation, even though our yearnings, what we are looking for is correct. The way forward is government. We are begging. There's a way you even begin to appeal. At the time, we'll also begin to join this whole protest of a thing. Exactly. So we are appealing that, in as much as we are talking to our colleagues out there, not to protest, government should also respond. Let them also begin to see from our own side of dialogue that there are changes. I'm sure today I'm going to have a courtesy call with the IG of police. These are things we want to put before them. They also engaged us. What has been done since August? They engaged us till today. So we must engage, not only engage, also begin to step by step make sure that we are improving in our engagements.
Okay, that is how far we can go on the program, The Press. You join us for tomorrow's session where we equally have a brand new session with girls too. So thank you for all your contributions. So please, your last word and then say bye-bye to the people.
Thank you very much, Nigerians. We hope that the Independence Day should be a day we reflect our nation, how far we've gone, where we intend to go, how we can join hands with governments to build this nation. Not always protest, strike. Those are not instruments we need now. Joining us together to build the nation, showing more concern to leaders and putting our hands together with them to build this nation. That's what we need. Thank you very much.
Okay, our viewers, you've been wonderful. Those who called, we can never have adequate time regarding all the issues we have to talk. But for now, as we have to go for now. We appreciate our crew. We appreciate all the men behind the scene, and we thank our guests for coming today. Please join us tomorrow and do have a lovely day. Bye. My name is Ekaette Ibuot.